Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. We're back, but we got story time with Wit today. We got something fun today. All right. Y'all know I've been searching. Y'all know I've been searching high and I've been searching low for the infamous $10 million lawsuit. And guess what I got? The $10 million lawsuit. I got the whole thing. I got all 9 glorious, wonderful pages of this shenanigans here, and I'm about to go over it. We're going to have some fun today because it looks like it's going to be a treat. And I want to start out by doing something. First of all, thanking y'all for tapping in with me. This was not planned ahead of time. I did not give you a good thumbnail, did not give you a good title. I just had to get in here quick and get this off my plate because hopefully I have something else coming up tonight. Let's pray, but I'll keep moving. I want y'all to look at this and I want you to ask yourself, who is missing from this? Okay, Jason, you've built up the suspense, Jason. What are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. Let's go. Well, if I add it to the screen, there you go. All right, so here's the lawsuit, just to make sure we know that this is story time with Whitaker in the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, County Department Law Division. We got the right Jamal collateral damage, the married boyfriend, Kamal Woods. He is a plaintiff. Okay, here comes. I just want y'all to listen to this and tell me, do you notice who's missing from this, which seemed to be very interesting to me. It really stoked my interest there a little bit. We got the Thornton Township. We got Stephanie Wiedelman from Thornton. We have Chris Gonzalez from Thornton as well. We got Carmen Carlisle from Thornton. So that's the 3 trustees. We're familiar with them. Let us continue. Then we got over here on the good old Dalton side, we got Kiana Belcher, Jason House, Tammy Brown, Brittany Norwood, and Allison Key. You notice anybody missing from there? Because those are the trustees that we're familiar with and the clerk, respectfully, that we're familiar with. But did anybody notice that there's some people missing? A person missing from there? Un momento, por favor. Hold on one second. When Lady Dearwood Christian calls, you make sure you answer. All right. Did anybody notice who's missing from this list? Why is Stan Brown not listed on here? Is there anyone else that should maybe possibly have been listed on here? Why are they not listed on here? Why is it only those people who are vocal and against, dare I say, at odds with Lady Henyard? Let's continue. We got Nikita Cloud. She catching hands. We got Jedediah Brown. He's catching it, as well as Lavelle Redmond. Let's go. Here comes the complaint. Let us go. Comes now the plaintiff, collateral damage, through the undersigned legal counsel. Oh, and we got to look up his attorney. When we get to the end, we need to look at his attorney because I think his attorney is going to cause you might get a little chuckle out of it. Let us continue. Through the undersigned legal counsel, law offices, I'm not going to worry about that, and brings this action against the Thornton Township, a political division of Cook County, Illinois. Township trustees, we already know them, but I'll just speed run through them. Wiedelman, Gonzalez, Carlisle, and the collective township trustees. All aforementioned defendants are referred to collectively hereafter as the township defendants. And then we got Belcher and House and Brown, Norwood and Key. The aforementioned defendants are referred to collectively herein as the Dalton defendants. Then we got Nikita Cloud, Jedediah Brown, and Lavelle Redmond. individual defendants, all the aforementioned, will be hereafter referred to as defendants. So we got the Thornton defendants, the Dalton defendants, and just defendants, the generic defendants, unleaded defendants. Let's continue. As shown below, the township defendants conspired. They conspired, y'all, with each other. The Dalton defendants, the defendant Cloud, defendant Jedediah Brown, to create the conditions to justify their illegal retaliatory employment discharge of plaintiff collateral damage as a township employee whom the township defendants target for dismissal because of political retaliation against his significant, dare I say, his side chick, other Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, further known as side chick. The conditions the township defendants created resulted in acts of physical violence being perpetrated against collateral damage, which were strictly politically motivated, were foreseeable, egregious, outrageous, and oppressive, and violated Illinois law, jurisdiction, and venue. The plaintiff and the defendants are citizens of the state of Illinois, including the Thornton Township, which is a political subdivision of Cook County, Illinois. This court has jurisdiction in this action. I'm just going to speed run through this. The factual background. Now, I do think it's funny. It just a little side note, just a little caveat real quick. It's kind of funny that you could file a lawsuit, but you didn't file a police report. That's gotta be some grade A, dirty, nasty work. You could file a lawsuit for $10 million, mind you, but you have no police report. Make that make sense. Let's go. Let's go. Because we're not gonna be here all night. We might come back tonight though. Let's go. In or about November 2022, wow, they went back historical. The township hired collateral damage as a full-time director of the at-risk youth program for the township. Plaintiff collateral damage is the significant other of side chick. Side chick was appointed as a supervisor of the township in March of 2022. That's there's a lot of problems in this little sentence right here. I think it's funny that they say the township hired him. I would love for them to show the minutes of the meeting where the trustees appointed, or rather agreed to hire this man. See, that's why I think this is going to be super problematic. I don't think they thought this all the way out to its full, as I like to say, illogical conclusion, because somebody could quickly just say, okay, if you're saying that he was hired on November 2022, can you show me his personnel file? Show me the job description. Can we see his resume in said file? Can you show me the minutes where Chris Gonzalez, Carmen Carlisle, and the such like that said aye and voted for him? Who made the motion? Who seconded it? Can we see those clerk notes? This is going to be a problem. Let us continue. Prior to becoming the supervisor of the township in May 2021, Side Chick was elected the mayor of the village of Dalton, Illinois. Over the past several years, and for strictly political reasons, Side Chick has been accused of various acts of corruption and has been the target of various verbal attacks that have never been substantiated. Wait, why? Okay, nevertheless, these politically motivated verbal attacks and accusations have received extensive coverage in the news media as well as on social media. Go ahead and give me a shout out at least. Come on. Say, Dear World Christian has been talking about it. Help me out, man. Come on. That way, it's kind of like hitting that like button. Help me out. Plaintiff collateral damage has been collateral damage. I didn't even see that coming. Plaintiff collateral damage has been collateral damage from these politically motivated verbal attacks and unsubstantiated accusations against his side chick, which have caused him to be caught in a whirlwind of political controversy and thus a political target. Many of the verbal attacks, unsubstantiated accusations, and political targeting have been perpetuated and coordinated by the township defendants, the Dalton defendants, and the defendant Cloud. This is so ridiculous. This case, I'm glad I'm reading it because it's not going to see the light of day. On information and belief, based upon information and belief. Let me get you a bigger screen. Sorry about that. Based upon information and belief, the township defendants and Dalton defendants and defendant Cloud conspired with each other to hire defendant Jedediah Brown to stalk and harass Collateral Damage and his side chick for several months, including showing up unannounced at side chick's mother's house and other places where Jedediah Brown assumed Collateral Damage and side chick would be physically located. On information and belief, the township defendants and Dalton defendants and defendant Cloud considered Collateral Damage as a protector of the side chick and had concocted a plan to remove him as a township employee. Accordingly, effective January 29, 2025, the township defendants voted to supersede plaintiff's Collateral Damage suspend Collateral Damage from his position as director of the at-risk youth program, purportedly while they conducted an investigation into the plaintiff's employment activities. In my opinion, this case has no merit whatsoever. They really just want the township to settle. They want the township to say, here's $500,000, go away. They know good and well they're not going to get 10 million whatsoever, because any lawyer worth his or her salt is going to say, can you show me his work performance? Can you show me his work product? Can you show me some youth that were a part of this at-risk program? Who's his assistant? Who's the secretary? Where are the minutes, the notes? That's all they got to do. This case has no legs whatsoever. They're just hoping, they're praying that the townships will want to settle this and just get it out of the way and move on so they can go to greener pastures. This is a mess. Based upon information and belief, the township defendants decided to accelerate the termination of the plaintiffs to facilitate their ultimate objective. The township defendants, acting through the township trustees. Wait, so there's township trustees and township defendants. That's interesting. Okay. Entered an agreement with defendant Jedediah Brown to ladder as a provocateur. That doesn't make sense. Hold on, let me see. Defendant Jedediah Brown to ladder to as a provocateur. That doesn't make sense. That sentence doesn't make sense. Am I going crazy? I need to clean my glasses. During a Thornton Township meeting on the evening of January 29th, 2025. During the township meeting, defendant Jedediah Brown, speaking on a microphone in the presence of many township residents, loudly used inflammatory and abusive language toward the side chick that had nothing to do with her responsibilities as the township supervisor, but which was intended solely to inflame Collateral Damage. This is crazy. Un momento. Collateral Damage. After defendant Jedediah Brown engaged in a litany of scurrilous and inflammatory personal attacks against side chick, including attacking her status as a mother, her status as being non-married, and as a businesswoman. Defendant Jedediah Brown concluded by loudly referring to side chick as a female dog. How dare he? As videotape footage of the defendant Jedediah Brown's speech clearly shows, his language was strictly intended to incite Collateral Damage to react to the verbal attacks against his side chick By his own admission, defendant Redmond came to the township meeting to protect defendant Jedediah Brown. Various angles of the videotape footage reveal that defendant Jedediah Brown turned around after walking away from the podium following his remarks and aggressively walked back toward collateral damage, who defendant Jedediah Brown knew was seated behind the podium. As defendant Jedediah Brown walked toward plaintiff collateral damage, defendant Jedediah Brown initiated the altercation and retrieved some type of instrument, which can be partially seen in the videotape, which he used to attack collateral damage. Defendant Redmond can also be seen hitting collateral damage with his fists during the altercation. Plaintiff collateral damage can be seen only attempting to protect himself. Oh my gosh, how terrible this is. Oh my gosh. On about February 6, 2025, the township defendants, hold a minute. Hold on 1 minute. Wait up. All right, in the chat, y'all got to jump in. This is going to be interactive. Look at where we are on point 9 right here. We're talking about the fight. And notice where we are now. On point 10 is on or about February 6, 2025. What did we miss? Can y'all in the chat just let me know? There's 250 people in here already chopping it up. Great. Thank y'all for stopping by. Grace and peace. Can you tell me what we're missing, though? What are we missing here? There's something very key, I would dare say, almost bedrock. What are we missing right here? Oh, he ain't getting a dime. He ain't getting a dime. But what is he missing? Does anybody know what's missing between these two steps? During the altercation, collateral damage can be only seen attempting to protect himself. And then point 10, on or about February 6, 2025. Does anybody know what happened? What's missing? I know y'all got it. Come on. Tell me what's missing right here. Well, there's that's definitely missing. That's definitely not there. But what's missing between collateral damage defending himself and now they're in February 6th? That's almost a week later. Well, what's missing? Anybody? A trip to the hospital. There's no reference here about this hospital at all. There's nothing. There's nothing about him being injured. There's nothing about him being lacerated, him being cut. Nothing. They don't even talk about the full details of the fight that Tiffany jumped into it. Nothing of that nature. They don't talk about Krigley at all. It just seems like, they just go from he was defending himself. And now on February 6th, I think that is going to be very interesting. There's no medical report. There's no hospital visit. There's no police report. Nothing. For lack of a better term, if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't know this fight existed. There's no other evidence to hold this thing down at all. There's nothing else to tie this to except what we know from social media. Shout out to everybody that was there, the news outlets and such of that nature. But really, there's no other reason to believe that this happened. There's no police report. There's no evidence, a knife in evidence with blood on it or anything of that nature. And there's definitely no hospital visit. Let us continue. On February 6th, give y'all back to full screen. On February 6th, 2025, the township defendants voted to terminate collateral damage, alleging for engaging in workplace violence. I don't remember that. I have to admit, I don't remember them saying that it was because of workplace violence, but rather they had done the investigation, because that was why they said they were going to suspend them with pay, was for an investigation. Now, I think workplace violence is valid for sure, but they kind of missed that. They're overshadowing the fact that they did investigation. They might have did investigation and said, hey, we don't see that you've been doing any work. We don't see that there's any real reason, because when they came back out of closed session, they didn't talk about why. They just said, I make a motion to fire him immediately. I make a motion to fire them immediately. And that's it. They didn't say why. So this assertion right here that it's because of workplace violence, albeit I think there's a good reason for it. I think there's a good reason for it. I don't think that that's the reason why. And maybe I missed it. If they said if they said we're firing you because of workplace violence, that is different. But I don't remember them saying that. The township defendants created the entire situation by conspiring with each other. The Dalton defendants, defendant Cloud and defendant Jedediah Brown, to have defendant Jedediah Brown act as a provocateur during the meeting by verbally attacking and abusing side chick so that collateral damage would react. Instead, plaintiff side chick collateral damage can be seen on the videotape only defending himself from the attacks of Jedediah Brown and defendant Redmond. Furthermore, defendant Jedediah Brown can be seen on the video throwing up gang signs to defendant, and defendant Redmond can be heard making verbal threats to collateral damage and side chick. After being escorted out of the facility by the police, defendant Jedediah Brown and defendant Redmond returned to the location of the incident and continued to attempt to attack collateral damage. Y'all, this thing right here is actually making me lose my faith in Dalton police as well. I forgot about it. The police officer carried Jedediah out of the building, or out of the fray, if you will, right? It was a police officer. It's a big guy. It's a police officer. That was a police officer. He didn't arrest anybody. He didn't put cuffs on nobody. Didn't tase somebody. Nothing. Just, I'm going to carry you out of here, and I'm going to put you down and let you run back in. Y'all, make this make sense. This is the craziest story I've ever read in my life. And I've read some crazy stories, but this one's just crazy, y'all. This is embarrassing. Let us continue. Let us go. All right. On information and belief, the township defendants knew or should have known that by conspiring with each other to hire defendant Jedediah. Wait, hold on. They're saying conspire and hire as if this is a bona fide fact. This case is going nowhere slow. Okay. This thing is on bricks. The engine is out. There's no gas in it, and it doesn't even have an air freshener. This case is going nowhere. You haven't proven that these people conspired. I'm just saying that they conspired. Just like I'm saying right here in the live chat, the best live chat on the internet, everybody in this live chat is conspiring to get me my likes up to 284. So they're conspiring, but I don't have proof of that. I'm just saying it. There's no reason to believe that what I'm saying is true, except that y'all the best live chat on the internet and you're going to give me those likes. But there's no reason to believe this. This case is nowhere. They should get sued for dropping this case. I mean, for bringing this case forward. Let's finish up. Let's go. Conspiring with each other to hire Jedediah Brown to act as a provocateur during the township meeting. That the acts of violence that occurred would in fact occur and would in fact result in harm to collateral damage, which they did. Collateral damage has suffered significant physical, mental, and emotional scars from these events, which have caused him to seek therapy as well as medical attention. They are betting, they are hoping that they'll settle out of court. They do not want this to go to, they don't want a discovery period. They do not. Because there's no, you had to go get medical for what? For getting your butt whooped? You had to go to therapy for getting your butt whooped? Okay. This is the best. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the best. Medical attention. Retaliatory discharge against the Thornton Township and the township trustees. I think they messed the name up. I thought they said they were called Township Defendants, but now he's using trustees. He might have messed it up. I'm sorry. I don't see why he's doing that. I digress. Let's continue. Collateral damage incorporates and realleges each and every one of the allegations set forth in paragraph 1 through 11, above and through, above as though fully set forth herein. Thornton Township and Township trustees, I'm not going to read everybody's name, Wiedemann, defendant Gonzalez, and Carlisle terminated plaintiff collateral damage for engaging in workplace violence, for after they created a hostile situation at the township meeting for the specific purpose of causing collateral damage to react to provocative language directed toward his side chick. The hostile situation that the township defendants resulted in a physical altercation in which plaintiff Woods attempted to defend himself against defendant Jedediah, who was acting as an agent of the township defendants, and defendant Redmond, but in which collateral damage was physically, emotionally, and mentally harmed in the process. Okay, they're selling it too hard. If you've ever had a kid that gets in trouble at school and you pick them up from school, Miss Butterfly called you, or Mr. Caterpillar sent you an email and told you that little Johnny, little Sally had been misbehaving in school. So when you pick them up from school, they know their goose is cooked. They know it's about to be some waistline management. So what they do is they start turning on the tears. Mom, Dad, you just don't understand. It's so terrible. And they're spitting, they black funeral crying, laying out, passing out in the car because they know it's coming. They know they're about to get it. And after a while, you're like, okay, little Johnny, little Sally, you overselling it. I mean, they're talking about how their leg is broke. Mom, Dad, I can't breathe. My heart is stopping, because they know it's coming. They know when they pull in the driveway, the garage door opens. They know it's only a few more moments before my skin gets peeled off me. I got to sell it, and I'm selling it. Mom, have I ever told you how much I love you? Dad, did I tell you that I didn't get you your Father's Day gift? It's upstairs in my room under the bed in the back corner. Dad, Mom, Dad, I think you're great. I really think I should take Fido for a walk, a 20-mile walk right now. I need to go. They're overselling it. They're overdoing it. You're like, no, you can go walk little Fido around the block after I get done with you. You can go get me my Father's Day present that's under your bed in the back corner after I get done with you. I'm glad that you love me. I'm glad I'm your favorite parent. After I get done with you, I want to know if that's still true. They're overselling it. Like this case is overdone. And also, bear in mind, there's no evidence to these things. You can't tell me. You'd have to prove to me that you had physical harm. What's your physical harm? Are you you really want me to believe you went to therapy? Then you got to show me it. Show me that you went to a therapist. And I would like to see their videotape of you walking in on the day that you said you went. There's no way that this is going to work. There's no way. But let us continue. Let us finish up. The township defendants targeted collateral damage to terminate him in retaliation for his personal and political relationship with side chick, whom collateral damage has protected personally and politically. Collateral damage is entitled to have his personal and political relationship with side chick without political targeting by the township defendants. Indeed, plaintiff's personal and political relationship with side chick strikes at the heart of the citizen's social rights. And under Illinois law, his employer may not terminate him to interfere with those rights. Okay? I don't think they'd have to really prove this. They really have to prove this. I'm not going to go through read all the codes. However, accordingly, by terminating plaintiff collateral damage because of his personal and political relationship with side chick, the township defendants violated a clear mandate of public policy. The harm caused to collateral damage by the township defendants was foreseeable and egregious, and thus the township and trustees do not enjoy sovereign immunity under the Illinois Tort Immunity Act to shield them from responsibility. Moreover, the egregious conduct of the township trustees rises to the level such that they may be sued for damages in their individual capacities as well as their capacities as township trustees. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, that is a veiled threat. And it's a veiled threat to say, hey, if you go ahead and settle now, we won't come after you personally and individually. That's what that is. That's exactly what it is. That there's no other reason to say that, but that, hey, y'all go ahead and settle here and I won't come after you later on. But I'm telling you, there's no other reason for this case except to extort money. I'm sorry, there's no other reason for it. The township defendants cause harm to collateral damage that translates into damages in the amount to be proven at trial. Oh, they want trial? Oh, my word. Oh, that's probably the best thing popping. Just drag them out into deep waters and they will drown. Count 2, civil conspiracy against the Thornton Township defendants, the Dalton defendants, defendant Cloud, and defendant Jedediah Brown. Plaintiff, collateral damage. He's going to keep saying it. Basically, he agrees with everything from 1 to 16. Got it. Thornton Township and township trustees entered into an illegal agreement, RICO, insert RICO here, with the Dalton defendants, defendant Belcher, House, Brown, Norwood, and Key, as well as defendant Cloud and defendant Jedediah Brown, to hire Jedediah Brown to act as a provocateur at the township meeting to incite collateral damage to react violently. The defendants entered into an agreement with the ultimate objective of giving the township defendants a justification to terminate collateral damage. Oh my gosh. This is the best. This is the best. I really hope, man, see, the reason I want this thrown out is kind of selfish. I'll be honest with you. I want it thrown out because Illinois law doesn't allow cameras in the courtroom. Because I would actually love to watch them try to argue this case that people conspired and the such of that nature. I would love to see the discovery. Like, how are you proving that they conspired? What is your evidence to that point? Besides you saying it, of course, because he's got just as much evidence that they conspired as he has evidence that the collateral damage went to the hospital. It's not there. It's not there. Y'all, this is a mess. Y'all, shout out to my good people that sent me this. I don't know if she wants me to tell them, but shout out for this. All right, let's keep this going. Where are we now? Defendant Jedediah Brown, a co-conspirator, attended the township meeting and made a series of inflammatory comments towards Side Chick with the intention of invoking collateral damage to react. After making his comments, defendant Jedediah Brown proceeded to physically attack collateral damage, which resulted in plaintiff attempting to defend himself against defendant Jedediah Brown and defendant Redmond. Therefore, the acts committed by Jedediah Brown at the township meeting in furtherance of the conspiracy give rise to liability against the co-conspirators referenced above. They're really going to have to prove this. They really have to prove this. This is amazing. This is a frivolous lawsuit if I've never seen a frivolous lawsuit. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, based upon information and belief, this is a frivolous lawsuit. The conduct of co-conspirators caused harm to collateral damage that translates into damage the amount to be proven at trial. Count 3. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going to jump down to point 22. Defendant Jedediah Brown and Redmond committed assault and battery against plaintiff to collateral damage during the township meeting. Y'all, come on. This man's feelings are hurt. He got mollywopped and he is just mad. He's sitting in the corner still. He got waistline management. He's sitting over there crying. And you know, your dad or your mom say, be quiet, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. That's what this man is dealing with. Bless his heart. Y'all, poor collateral damage. He done went and got mollywopped. And then he had to go crawl up under his girl, his side chick, and then run over there to try to file up a lawsuit. Now, mind you again, I got this big screen this. Mind you again, he's filing a lawsuit and he hasn't filed a police report. He's filing a lawsuit for $10 million and he hasn't gone to the hospital. I'm just saying, that's some nasty work. That is some grade A, top shelf, nasty work. That you can find your way to the law office of, we'll see in a second, the law office in a second. You can find yourself to the law office, but you can't find yourself over at South Holland or wherever, police station or Copley Memorial Hospital, wherever. Okay. Hey. It makes perfect sense to me. I think it makes sense. I guess I'm supposed to believe that. Let us continue. All right, so they brought up meeting. Both defendant Jedediah Brown and defendant Redmond intentionally made physical contact with plaintiff collateral damage's body in an offensive manner and with the intent to cause harm to collateral damage. Collateral damage did not consent to such harmful physical contact. I do not consent to you beating my head into it. Oh my gosh. I don't accept this. I do not accept you beating my head. So would that have worked if can I call my dad and say, Dad, those spankings I got when I was a young lad, I did not consent to those. I'm gonna call my mom and say, Mom, I did not consent. I'm gonna exact from you $10 million for those spankings I got. I'm going to try it, but I got this bad feeling. In perpetuating the acts of civil battery against collateral damage, Jedediah Brown and Redmond cause harm to the plaintiff that translates into damages in an amount to be proven at trial. I would love to hear how you're going to prove $10 million worth of damage. Now, I understand you can they kind of make up those numbers sometimes, but I would love to hear okay, give me the justification for $10 million. Give me the justification for it. I got to get up on the get down. Why $10 million? Why not $40 million? Why not $4? How did you come up with $10 million? Punitive damages against the Thornton Township defendants, the Dalton defendants, defendant Cloud, and defendant Jedediah Brown. Okay, we'll skip 24, jump down to 25. The above referenced defendants engaged in egregious and outrageous conduct. I mean, it was outrageous conduct. It's outrageous. This is definitely, unequivocally a slap lawsuit. Absolutely, no question about it. Outrageous conduct that was intended to create the conditions for collateral damage to be subjected to workplace violence for the spurious purpose of improperly and illegally terminating his employment with the Thornton Township while the plaintiff was engaged in legally protected behavior. Whew, that's a long sentence. Why is it such a long sentence? What's wrong with y'all? All I want to do is I want to see his work products. That's all I'm going to ask for. Because Gonzalez and them, they can say very clearly, we fired him because he didn't do any work. There, problem solved. That's all they got to do. When we opened up his personnel file, there was nothing in it. We never saw anything, never heard anything about this at-risk youth program that allegedly he was running. We don't know anybody that worked there. We don't know any youth that were at risk that are now no longer at risk because they interacted with him. They don't work at his car wash. They weren't out cutting grass. He wasn't doing it. We know they ain't out shoveling snow. So no, we fired him because we didn't know what he was doing and we got tired of paying for that. That's actually pretty easy. Hey, Chris or Carmen or Stephanie, if y'all listening, write that down, clip it. These defendants have facilitated and engaged in deliberate violence and oppression. They oppressed him, y'all. They oppressed collateral damage. How did they oppress him, y'all? Let's finish up. The egregious, outrageous, deliberate, and oppressive conduct of the above referenced defendants cause harm to collateral damage that translates into damages in the amount to be proven in trial. Oh, wait, you asked for jury. Plaintiff respectfully demands a jury trial on all the issues. Again, there is zero intent for this trial to ever see the light of day. I'm saying this again. There's zero intent for this to ever see the light of day. This is a shakedown. This is a stick up. They done ran up in here, then pulled down the shiesty and said, stick them up. Like, there's no intent for this to ever see the light of day. There's no way. There's no way at all. They want them to hurry up, settle out of court, $200, $300, $400, $400,000, and that's it. They're gonna break off the lawyer some, and then they're gonna go and do whatever they're gonna do. Him and Side Chick, but Side Chick probably gonna go to jail, so he might end up going back home where he should have never left. I'm messy. DearWolkC@gmail.com. Plaintiff respectfully demands a jury trial on all issues triable by a jury. I think that's interesting too, also because it's issues that are triable by a jury, and I need to look into that a little bit more. But I think that's giving him a little bit of room for a judge to step in and decide something. Okay. Oh, they're praying. They look. We need prayer. We need prayer for sure. I don't think that's what they talk about, Jason. Prayer for relief. Wherefore, I cannot take this seriously. This last run, I'm gonna speed run through here. I'm gonna try my best not to lose my mind. Plaintiff collateral damage respectfully requests that the court enter a judgment in his favor and against defendants after a jury trial in the amount to be proven at trial, but no less than $10 million. Award plaintiff a compensatory damage, including a retaliatory discharge, civil conspiracy, and civil battery. Award plaintiff punitive damages for defendants' egregious, outrageous, and deliberate and oppressive conduct. Award plaintiffs a reasonable attorney's fees and costs. Oh, so this 10 million isn't including attorney's costs. Yo, I gotta give you a salute. Whoever wrote this, man, is really, really gutsy. That's some high level gutsy right there. Award plaintiffs all other relief that the court deems just and proper. All right, and his attorney is Tony Jenkins. If you did any of your research, Tony Jenkins is an entertainment lawyer. He's not a criminal lawyer at all. Wait, let me pull it back up. I'm like, wait, you for real? How you gonna get a entertainment lawyer to do this for you? All right, so let's pull this in. Like, man, are you for real? These people are a trip. All right, let's pull this in. All right, y'all got it? Okay. All right. Specializing in commercial law and litigation. Okay, that's commercial law. Intellectual property, entertainment, and more. Okay. So this is the person that you tap for what was it again? Wait, so this is the person you tap an entertainment lawyer for something like, oh, here it is. Retaliatory discharge, civil conspiracy, and civil battery for egregious and outrageous and deliberate and oppressive conduct. Okay. All right. If that's what you think. and who's paying for this lawyer? I think that's a great question. So that is the $10 million lawsuit. I hope you get your money, man. I hope you get your money. I'm saying that as tongue-in-cheek as I could possibly say it. That is ridiculous. That is so bona fide, stir-fried ridiculous. I can't take this seriously. I really can't. I just wish I could see it. I just want to see. I guarantee they've already sent a letter over saying, hey, well, we got this $10 million lawsuit. If you don't want to go to court, let's just do $1 million and let's settle right now. I guarantee you that's what they've done already. Let me see, because they filed this on the 14th, and today's the 19th. Oh yeah, they've already done. They've already tried. So they filed this on February 14th. So Valentine's Day, they filed this. Oh no, we riding this thing all the way to the wheels fall off, all the way to the end. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I have never seen it. Well, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this ridiculous before. But what do y'all think? Thank you so much, y'all, for jumping in. There's about 400 of y'all in here. Thank y'all so much. I'm glad that y'all tapped in and checked it out. Thank you so much, Mandy, for being a member for 7 months. She says $10 million. She might as well come out with her own Super Mare coin. Don't give her ideas. The Super Mare crypto coin would be crazy. Oh, what would be on hers? What would be the name of Tiffany Henyard's crypto coin, meme coin? That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Okay, we'll work on that after we get done with our video montage. And by the way, I appreciate it. Looks like I got 11 so far clips of things that Tiffany says all the time, like clickbait and fake news and all that kind of stuff. I've got some funny ones. So please, if you have any clips of Tiffany, just some of those Tiffany-isms, I'm going to collect those the rest of the week. I'm going to put together a montage. And then on election night, we're going to watch that along with the election results. So feel free to send them, dearwokec@gmail.com. Let me open up my email real quick. Thank y'all so much for rapping with us. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. That was fun going over the legal cases. And then of course, having all these great guests, man, lots of fun guests, man. We'll have to do that again. So let's, who knows if Tiffany drops a report, I guess we'll be back tomorrow, but I'll probably be back tomorrow anyway. So look out for the thumbnail, all that kind of good jazz. Thank you again to all of you all. I appreciate the moderators. Thank y'all for keeping everything moving in the right direction, keeping the ship afloat. I really appreciate y'all. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna go be a dad. So if y'all don't mind, I'll see you all real soon. Grace and peace. Take care.